Hi everyone, so I'm going to walk through the question number 4 of week 5 worksheet, which is a David looks lost. In this question, we're asking to implement fold function, which modifies the deal list by folding the first half of deal list over its second half, merging the intersecting nodes by summing their values. We don't care about the values of the sentinel nodes in and we just like simply omit it. So the question gives us example of 3, 1, 2, 4. The first half 3, 1 floats over the second half 2, 4, which will finally result in the linked list 3, 7. So you can imagine that like after folding, 1 is overlapped with 2 and 3 overlap with 4. We just add the overlap elements together and we got 3 and 7. So also we have a very important and useful function for this problem, which is center. This will return the middle of the deal list. And if there is an even amount, like if let's say if the size of the deal list is even, it will return the 1 to the right. So for 3, 1, 2, for 1 and 2 are both like middle elements of the deal list, but it will return the 2 instead of 1. At the very beginning of the body coding part, we first need to check like whether the deal list, the input deal list is null or like only have one element. If that's the case, we just simply return the original deal list as our result after folding. Since we don't need to do any like folding work for that, and we can just do that to avoid any errors. If that's not the case, we need to think about what's the middle of the deal list and how we can divide the deal list to 2 halves and adding up the corresponding values. So the first thing we need to do is to find the middle elements of deal list head. So we can use the function center, which take the head as a parameter. It should return the middle elements of head. Then we need to think about like what's the second half and sorry, first half of the deal list. Sorry, like come back to the second half and first half problem. After we decide the middle elements, we need to think about what the second half and first half of the deal list. So we have two cases, which is like the old length and even length of the deal list. So if we have old length, sorry, let's treat it like 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, just as example. And for that, we will just like have our first graph, first half of 3, 1, and second half as 4, 5, and 2 is our middle elements. And so, but if we have like even length deal list, let's do 3, 1, 2, 4. So the middle should be 2, but at this time the first half is 3, 1, and the second half is 2, 4. So for the even length, deal list, we will included our middle to our second half since we want to pair every element with another element in another half. So it is a case. Since the point is whether we should include the middle elements, we can just first treat it as like including the middle elements. And if we find the length of the deal list is, or we can just like exclude it, and we can do that in our if statement. So let's do second half equals to middle, and if deal list size mode 2 equals 1, and we will just like exclude our middle. So let's do middle dot next. And for this part, for the next part, it's kind of like repetitive with the second sentence of the body. So we just like skip it. Sorry, not include the asserting. After we divide our data list to two halves, and we need to add the corresponding values together, but we also do try to like return the deal list without creating a new deal list, just store the values. So we need so we know that we need to modify one of the halves and to the return result. So we need to cut the connection between the two halves, and we can do that by setting middle dot previous dot next to null, and we can just like cut the connection, the link between two halves. And now we can set up like the two pointers, which help like us tracking the corresponding elements into halves. So first we have pointer one for the first half. We can do it as pointer one equals middle dot previous, and we can do middle pointer two as second half. And pointer two is for the first half, pointer two is for the second half. And then we need to fold the list by adding the corresponding nodes from the first half to the second half. So we can do points. Since after folding, we need to put our middle elements at the very beginning of the return dual list. So it's better for us to modify the second halves of our dual list to be the return result. So we will add our we will set our pointer to dot value to like pointer to value and add pointer to one value. And after that, we need to just move the pointer to the next corresponding pair. So for the pointer one, we need to move backward since we do the previous like function. So we do pre pointer one equals to pointer one dot preview. And then for the pointer two, we just like move to our next element. So we do pointer two equals pointer two dot next. And the stopping condition for is to it should be like if we go through all the elements of this from the first half and second half, and we know we just finished our folding and we can stop. So it should be, and when we go through other pointer one and pointer two, so then the pointer one should be nor. So for our wire statement, we just do if pointer one not equal nor, and if pointer two not equals to nor. And finally, we will return this our second half since we store our corresponding addition into the deal list. And we're done with this question.